this culture home and the work we're doing here in Congress from the perspective of policy. This work has been done by Prophet, Reverend Yearwood, and so many others outside of the halls of Congress. But now it's time to organize formally and bring into the halls of Congress the power and the transformative nature of hip-hop culture. Our goal is to make sure the hip-hop community has a seat at the table as we work on federal policy. It's that simple.
Yo, what's good, people? We back, man. I had to come through on this one because this shit is sad and it's nasty. It's sad and it's nasty that they go on this route. You seen fam in the beginning talk about, you're trying to make sure hip-hop have a seat at the table, at the federal table. Listen, this hip-hop task force means the hip-hop police. Hip-hop task force equals hip-hop police. Anybody down with the hip-hop task force, most likely are those same dudes that you saw on stage talking about they love Joe Biden, but when Joe Biden was locking their homies up in 94 and 95 and shit like that, they was gangsters. But now they love Joe Biden. Now, this is the hip-hop task force that we gotta worry about. They're gonna be locking niggas up. They doing some futuristic locking niggas up. They locking niggas up off your mind frame. They're not even locking niggas up off of a physical criminal activity. They're locking niggas up off a mind frame. You get what I'm saying? If you got a rebellious mind frame, they just like China. You know what I'm saying? Like how China got those internment camps. Then that's coming back. They want that in America. That's what their whole goal is to be. Like they want the internment camps for people who think different. And they're going to say that the hip-hop task force is what's is down with this shit. That's the same thing they did with the crime bill in 94. They got the congressional black coons to get down with the crime bill, saying like, oh yeah, we need this shit because we scared when we go outside and shit like that. But no, they're really not scared. They just trying to sell out their grandkids and their nephews and shit, right? So when they did the crime bill, it was like, oh, well, we got the congressional black coons to get down with it, so it can't be racist. That's the same thing. The hip-hop task force is nothing but the hip-hop police that's going to take place to the congressional black coons. Oh, the hip-hop task force said it's okay, so people in the hood, you should be okay with us taking your kids to internment camps and teaching them how to act. You know what I'm saying? And locking them in rooms with no furniture and plain white walls and shit. You know what I'm saying? You should be. The hip hop task force said it's okay. This is their goal. This is their goal, and the hip hop task force, man. You know, they said that they go on this route and said that like they don't know that everybody sees through it already. Everybody already sees through this shit. You know what I'm saying? We see through this shit, and it's like you doing everything you can to do and try to make yourself look pretty to forget about you were actually responsible for the worst crime in world history. You're actually responsible for the worst crime in world history. Yes, chattel antebellum slavery was worse than the Holocaust. It was the worst crime in world history, not American history, in the world history. There's never been a slavery done like that. Not even in the Bible. That slavery wasn't like chattel slavery. So they're doing everything they can to get past that fact and to try and get around that without even acknowledge. They don't even want to acknowledge it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, you know. Watching they got new slave movies coming out. They don't do the slave movies every Christmas now in theaters and shit. They do slave movies on A&E and the History Channel and shit like that. What channel did I see it on? Forgot, but you know they got every slave movie now. I be seeing the slaves got African accents. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they have African accents and roots? Why didn't they have no African accents and roots? You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to fool you with this shit because not knowing that if you were brought over from Africa and you tried to communicate in your native language, you were going to get your tongue chopped off. You were going to get your tongue chopped off You were going to get fucked up for trying to communicate in your native language, so there was no African accents. You know what I'm saying? English is a broken language, so we learned it fast. But this is shit that they're trying to get around. You know what I'm saying? That they're trying their best to get around. You know what I'm saying? This is why they hate us. You know? Because we know the truth and we're not letting them get away with the truth. The Hip Hop Task Force is the Hip Hop Police. The Hip Hop Police been around like ever since. Like they got a documentary on Netflix about the Hip Hop Police. Hey, how you doing, miss? You know, they got a Hip Hop Police documentary on Netflix. So this Hip Hop Task Force is just a new version of that. Now they have actual rappers doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Actual people who used to be rappers who put out rap albums. Now they are the Hip Hop Police with that's high up. So don't let them get away with that. We know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Hip Hop Police. You get down with that. We know that you working. We know that you are Jay Reed. We don't respect you. So I'm gonna go and get out of here on that one.